Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Irish Hypnotherapy Conference 2025. Meet the speakers. And we're back with Stephen Travers. Year three, Stephen. How are you?
Yeah, keeping good, John.
Very good. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. You've seen the conference grow now quite a bit.
Yeah, from the very beginning back in Arklow a few
Arklow,
years
yeah. It
ago,
was only 18 months ago. Do you know that?
18 months ago. Wow.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all.
So,
Wow. Um, yeah, this year we've 30 speakers, so it's after getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm looking forward to your presentation. But for those who haven't seen you, do you want to just give a little background to who Stephen Travers is and what it is that you do?
yeah. So obviously my name's Stephen Travers. I'm a hypnotherapist for 22 years now. I'm probably best known at the moment for being one of the world's most experienced havening techniques trainers. I've trained over 500 therapists and health professionals in havening through the certified trainings over the last decade. That's people like psychologists, hypnotherapists, psychotherapists, EMDR practitioners, and various other mental health professionals. And I'm really passionate about training therapists how to achieve fast, lasting, and reliable results with their clients. And in that process, how to develop and grow a thriving, sustainable practice.
Actually, because we were talking before we press record, um, on the value of the various types of therapies that people learn, the toolkit, if you like, that they have.
Yeah.
Um, and because you are a hypnotherapist, you also are, as you said, a leading expert in the havening technique. Do you use both simultaneously in the practice?
Yes, I do. I'm very much into having frameworks and blueprints in terms of how I work, systematic, reliable, predictable approaches to keep achieving top class results time after time after time after time. So I'm a very, as I think you already know, I'm a very results orientated person. I'm very, even the way I think about things, it's always in terms of results and being able to replicate a result over and over and over again systematically uh, for clients.
Right.
So I have an approach that I've developed because I specialize in anxiety-based disorders and trauma. And at the conference this year, I'll be demoing, if you like, in my presentation, how I work using hypnosis, havening, and NLP, and how I combine and integrate them in an actual session when I'm resolving an anxiety-based issue or trauma.
Can I, before we get on to the talk,
Mm.
just ask you the value of that results orientated approach? What is it that you feel is the benefit of that results orientated approach?
Yeah, one of the things I see a lot that therapists and mental health professionals do across the board in any field, any modality, they very much identify with the modality that they use. They very much say, "I'm a CBT therapist," or "I'm an EMDR practitioner," or "I'm a hypnotherapist," or "I'm even a havening practitioner." And I'm very much like the way I think of it is I'm very much an anxiety and trauma resolution expert, and I utilize hypnotherapy, havening, NLP, and the most effective results-based modalities when I'm working. So I'm very much I look at in terms of the results and the problem that I solve for someone in terms of how I market it and the way I think about it. So I'm very practical that way. And that's why I'm such an advocate of hypnotherapy, havening, and NLP, is because of the results it
I
produces.
actually
So
love,
I think of it different, a little bit
I
different.
love the way you describe that. I absolutely love because that's all the client cares about. They come in with that anxiety, they want it gone. They don't care what method or tool you use. They
Right.
just want it gone.
Yeah, and as therapists, we always love talking about the modalities and the
Yeah.
hypnotherapy or the havening and how we do it and the intricacies. But the client, the man or woman on the street, like you even say hypnotherapy, CBT, EMDR, havening, at best they have vague notions of what it is. And when they're going to see a therapist and they have a problem, ultimately they want that problem resolved as quickly, as easily, and as effectively as possible. And they don't really mind if it's hypnotherapy, NLP, havening, tapping, whatever you're doing, if you can achieve an extraordinary result for them. That essentially resolves and solves their problem where you're giving them a solution.
And the value then of that for you, because as we were talking earlier, we were talking about a cycle of, if you like, a hypnotic cycle in terms of from the time you advertise to the time somebody contacts you to the therapy to what you do afterwards. Is there a value in the approach in terms of reviews, referrals, etc., in terms of business continuing? Because ultimately that's what we are, to help people, we need to keep marketing ourselves, keep filling our books, keep.
Yeah, sure. Like the way I think about it when I look at the research and the data, because I'm very big into sales and marketing psychology. As you know, that's my
But before
background.
your, yeah, I was just going to say,
Yeah, I've worked,
dozens.
like I did sales and marketing consulting for companies like Sky, the Dublin Newspaper Group, Action Business Coach. I was actually a sales trainer and coach for them back in my 20s. And we know when we look at any business or any professional, people want to see people who are experts and who are trusted authorities in their field. So ideally, you should be looking to position yourself as the expert and the trusted authority in what you do. And yeah, reviews and testimonials are just one of the ways of positioning yourself that way. That signals to the market that you are an expert. If they go online and they see 20 reviews, be it on smoking or weight loss or trauma, that John's getting or Mary's getting, that signals straight away this person is an expert, they're a bit of an authority. And then if you do other things like publishing, if you do blogs or if you got a book published, once again, they all put you in that bracket of an expert, someone who really knows
And they
what
move
they're
you up
doing.
those rankings as well that Google tends
Yeah,
to.
so there are various ways of doing it. And yeah, that all comes under the bracket, as you said. It's like marketing. It comes under that. But at the same time, you have to be the genuine expert and know your stuff and
Absolutely.
to be able to produce the results and the positive outcomes and solve people's problems in the niche you're working in.
And that's what it is. You're actually solving someone's problem. So in your talk, you're going to deal with how you do that within a multitude of ways, as in a different set of tools for a multitude of how you use your tools together, i.e., NLP, havening, hypnosis.
Yes, essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring someone up from the audience or if someone would like to volunteer. So I'll be looking for someone with an anxiety-based issue. It could be panic attacks, PTSD, uh, some sort of maybe complex trauma, childhood trauma, uh, some sort of stress. I'm going to bring them up, do a live demonstration in terms of do a bit of a history intake. I'm going to show people how I ask questions, what type of questions I ask, how I ask them to pinpoint and identify the problem and what's causing the problem. Then I'm going to obviously apply havening combined with hypnosis, NLP. After that as well, I'm going to do a full debrief to really test and measure the effectiveness of what I've done. And then after that, I'm going to take Q&A from the audience and really deconstruct and pull apart everything I did in terms of why I did it, what I did, and how I did it. So people have a very clear understanding about the structure and the process of how I did it and why I actually did it. So it makes sense to them to be like, oh, right, now I can see why he did that and why that worked and what Stephen was doing there, etc. So I'm going to give a lot of context and I suppose an understanding to the audience of what's going on. And then there'll be, as I said, there'll be Q&A so people can ask some questions as well.
So you're going to explain what you're going to do, you're going to demonstrate what you're going to do, and then you're going to answer any questions that people have.
Yeah, I'll deconstruct it afterwards, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it first because this is going to be a live demo. Like last year, I
love
brought
that.
up one from the audience, and it was a huge trauma. There was huge amount of stuff going on, and we were able to completely clear it. But it was like, I don't know if you were in the room because I know there's different rooms, but it was intense. It was
Even more this year.
It was intensive, but in a good way. But it was a huge. There was a huge amount of trauma. It just wasn't one trauma. So, yeah, you never know when you do a demo.
Absolutely.
What's going to happen? That's the thing. It's part of the excitement to it, I suppose, for the audience.
Well, the other side of it is that, you know, you could sit in an audience and someone can explain to you what it is that they're about to do or how a theory works. But when you actually see it, and I know for me, when I see it, I actually begin to learn it, and it means more because it's not theoretical anymore. It's actually practical. And that's actually what I love about practical demonstrations is you can see it in operation.
Yeah.
And I encourage those as much as possible. And because you've always done them. You did them in Arklow that very first year.
Yeah.
And you did them last year as well. So it's really good. And for anyone who wants to see Stephen's demonstration and how he integrates all three of those therapies together, that's definitely a must see. A must see. Any words you want to add?
Well, I was just thinking about before I was coming on today, and considering there's a little bit of time to go between now and the conference. If someone is watching this and they are coming to the conference or would like to come and to have a problem or an issue, be it an anxiety-based disorder or trauma, they're more than welcome to give me a call, reach out to me. I'll do a phone call with them, and I may, even possibly do the demo with them. So
that would be fantastic.
There's that invitation is there as well. Or on the day, I'll just pick someone from the audience. So we can do either or.
Either or. Okay. That would be absolutely fantastic. So if somebody does have an issue that they want to address and is happy to go up and be part of a live demonstration, then please just reach out. Because Stephen does is really powerful. And that's one of the other benefits of these conferences. Not only do you connect with people, not only do you learn new things, but sometimes you get things fixed as well.
Yeah, sure. And yeah, what I may actually do this year as well, if people want to, they can actually follow along and do the havening as I do the demo and kind of model the process, because we know from in the past from doing trainings that if you have an issue and you actually apply what I'm doing to yourself, you can actually end up clearing some of your own issues. So it's fascinating how it works. But yeah, that person as well, if they were to contact me, I'd have a chat with them as well first as well, just to make sure that it's an appropriate thing and that they're happy to work with it.
Absolutely perfect. Stephen, thank you so much. I'm so looking forward to next April. It's only 5 months away now.
Yeah, soon it will be 2025. It'll be upon us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen, thank you so much for your time this morning, and I look forward to seeing you in Dublin on April 5th and 6th. And to everyone watching it, thank you for your time. To wherever you are in the world, whatever you're doing, I wish you all a wonderful day. And as you know, all details are on www.irishhypnotherapyconference.ie, and we look forward to seeing you in Dublin on the 5th and 6th of April 2025. Have a wonderful day wherever you are, and thank you.